All right, we back YouTube with the lesabre. I got my rough cut out. I want to make a real quick video and show y'all how I do it. It's an important step I didn't want to leave out. So you see I got my roof skin cut off of the Chrysler 300. Cut it just like I told y'all. Cut my square out. Cut them two little straps. It pops out. Now, let me lift this up for y'all. You see I got my rough cut opening. I ground the paint down around there, all of that. Now I want y'all to see this though. If you look between there, you see that gap inside of there, underneath that roof ledge. It goes all the way around there. Let me lift it up in the front so you can see. You see that edge right there? It goes all the way around the whole. If I could get the camera to focus. There you go. It goes all the way around. So what I like to do is I rough cut my opening. Then I want to sandwich that. I want to sandwich in between there. You can see right there. I want to sandwich the old metal from the old roof in between there. So I cut my opening. I cut my opening out of the car, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide the roof in, because in the back, you see how far in the back, you see that gap? You got about 3 inches back there. I'm referring to this space right there. From that edge all the way into that pocket. It's a pocket inside of there. It's about 3 inches. So when I push this roof down in the back, I can push this roof down and get the factory metal from the lesabre in between there in that sandwich. I'm gonna slide it back. Once I slide it back so far, then I'm gonna be able to drop the front down. Then I can bring the front back up, and the front is gonna be sandwiched between the same. The metal from the lesabre is gonna be in between that sandwich. It's gonna be stuck down in there in the front and the back. The same thing on the sides. I cut the sides just enough so when I slide it down in the back, I can kind of cock it over and push it in on one side, and the other side I drop down in there. So I like to keep that sandwiched in between there because it holds your roof down more. So you see sometimes when guys weld these roofs in, they're real humped up. Now, you always gonna have some kind of hump because the older style cars, the roofs was a lot more flatter. You see the new styles, you know, they got a little curve to them. So you always gonna have a curve. It's always gonna be some body filler to level everything out. But when you sandwich them between there, it brings your roof down more, and it creates a little more level area, so you don't have as much body filler in there. So I just want to make that quick video and show y'all that. You can see from the back, you know, it's just like I said, it's just a rough cut. I got to get up there and trim it a little more. Take you out here and show you. Show y'all the piece. It's raining, but I'm gonna show y'all the piece real quick so you see how I cut it out. That's where I cut it out at. I just taped it off. I mean, it don't got to be a perfect square. You know, some people use a yardstick, all of that stuff. I just taped it off real quick, cut it. But you see, I just cut the skin of the roof. Once you cut the skin of the roof and you cut them 2 supports right there, like I told you from the back side, you cut them 2 supports and you cut that skin, that whole roof pops right out of there. So you don't got to worry about cutting. This is thick metal in here. And some of these cars, they fill this area with this foam, real hard foam stuff too. So it's hard to cut through with the sawzall, even with the cutter. So to save yourself some blades and all of that hassle, that's all I like to do. I cut that square out like that and cut them supports, and boom, pop the whole roof out. Now this can go to the scrap yard. You don't got to worry about it. I need to pull this inside. This out here getting wet. Glad I came out here. Wasn't even thinking it started raining. Put this inside because this has to go with the car to the upholstery shop. This ain't gonna be in your way, is it? No. Has to go with the car to the upholstery shop to get the headliner done. But that's it, YouTube. I just want to make that quick video and show you guys. Oh, another thing. Cover your windows up. I always like to cover my windows up. I learned a lesson when you welding. Once I get this pushed down in there, and I start welding, when them welding sparks fall on this glass, it leaves pits in the glass. And it also, if enough sparks hit the glass, especially in the back, the front not so much because it's a safety window, but in the back, if enough sparks hit that back glass, it'll shatter that back glass. So I like to cover the windows up, use cardboard, anything. You know, just make sure you're keeping an eye on nothing catching on fire if you're using cardboard or some kind of paper or something like that. But yeah, cover that window up. Same thing when you put the sunroof in here. I always like to test fit. Once I get my metal in here and I get it sandwiched in between there, I'm gonna put the sunroof in, bolt it up. It's gonna draw that down. Everything's gonna be in there. Then I'm gonna cover the sunroof up with cardboard and tape. Then I'm gonna weld it. I wanna have the sunroof in there, wanna have the glass in there secure, then weld. I don't wanna weld without the glass being in there, because then you might draw it. You're gonna draw the metal. If you weld too many spots on one side, or you ain't putting even heat here and there, it'll twist it. It'll cause the sunroof not to line up properly. You might have a leak or any of that. So if you put the sunroof back in there, once I get this in there, sandwiched in between here, it's all down in there, put my sunroof in there, bolt it all back up, just like it would be from the factory. That's gonna keep my metal and everything uniform. So as I start welding, I'm still gonna move around, spot weld, boom, 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 go to the other side, boom, boom, and just keep going all the way around until I get sufficient amount of spot welds that I feel are good. I usually don't solid weld these roofs in. I just do a nice amount of spot welds, probably like every ½ inch all the way around. Good penetration on the spot welds. Then when they get to the body man, he gonna put a very first coat of fiberglass in there, and then start with this body filler on top of that. I've never had a problem with any of them cracking out or anything like that. So that's just some little info for y'all. Appreciate you watching. I'll make another video once I get everything in there welded in and show you the finished product.